everybody. Thank you for joining me today on Becca's World. I'm your host, Blind Becca. Today I'm going to be demonstrating this app for the iPhone called Bard Mobile. It's an app that a lot of my blind friends and I use. Bard stands for Braille and Audio Reading Downloads, and mobile, obviously it's a mobile app. And you can download it on any smartphone, and you can also use it in computers and stuff. First of all, anybody that has what's called a print disability, where they have difficulty reading print, like somebody with dyslexia or someone who has visual impairments, or perhaps somebody who has, well, several different kinds of learning disabilities would apply. Those people are eligible for this free service. And so anyway,
one notification.
So the app is called
Home. Blind productivity folder. Blindness utilities
and it's in my blindness utilities folder because this is specifically mostly a blindness app.
Money reader. Tap C. Bard mobile.
There it is, Bard Mobile.
Bard mobile.
So
now reading.
you open it up, and it's so open right up into The Final Day, which is the last book I was listening to on here. And
Chapter 10.
so
chapter. Navigation.
I'll just
Button.
play with it a
The
little
Final
bit
Day.
here so you
Heading.
guys,
The Final Day.
so you touch up at the top,
There is a
and
network.
I'm
3 or 4
all the way
3 or
at the
4
top
Chapter
now.
10.
So I'll start at the bottom.
Bookshelf. Tab.
So
1 of 4.
first we have the bookshelf tab on the left.
Get books. Tab. 2 of 4.
I won't repeat everything because you guys can hear it.
Settings. Tab. 3 of 4. Selected. Now reading. Tab. 4 of 4. Setting. Get books. Bookshelf. Get books.
So we'll look at
Tab.
Get
2
Books,
of 4.
so
Get
we can
books.
look at this
Heading.
process. So, and once you qualify for the service, you just download the app on your phone, and then you can go in.
Previous downloads.
So there's a
tap
previous
for previous
downloads
downloads.
list. If I double tap that, that'll open up my previous downloads.
Most popular books. Browse magazines.
Let's look at
Double tap for
magazines.
browse magazines. Get books. Back button. Browse magazines. Heading. Audio magazines. Braille magazines. Audio magazines. Browse magazines. Audio magazines.
So,
71.
as you guys
AARP magazine
can
and bulletin audio.
hear and see, it's
American
easy
Heritage
to
Audio.
navigate as a blind
American
person.
history audio.
And part of that is the accessible features on the iPhone, but the site is also designed for blind use, so it's very
Analog
easy
audio.
to navigate. So,
American history audio.
so there's just lots of
American
different
Heritage Audio.
options you can select
AARP
from on
magazine
here.
and bulletin audio.
So as I'm
magazines,
swiping
7.
left
Browse
right now because I'm
magazines.
going back
Back
up the
button. Browse
list.
magazines.
So I'm
Back
going to go
button.
back
Audio
now.
magazines. Audio magazine. Braille magazines.
So
Bookshelf. Tab. Selected. Get books.
let's go
Tab.
Get Books.
Selected. Get books. Audio magazines. Braille magazines. Bookshelf. Selected. Bookshelf. Braille magazine. Audio magazines. Browse magazines. Heading. Get books. Back button.
All right, actually on books, not magazine.
Get books. Wish list. Recently added to Bard. Previous downloads. Most popular books. Browse magazine. Most
Let's
popular
go
books.
look at the most popular
Get
books.
Audio books. Braille books.
And we
Audio
want
books.
audio books because I can't
Most popular
read
books.
Braille on
Back
this
button.
device.
Audio
You
books.
can
0.
input Braille on
Heading.
here, but you can't read it on here.
In progress.
And this should just pull up like the most recent books that people have downloaded.
Bookshelf. Tab. Selected. Get books. Settings. Now reading. Tab. Now reading. Settings. Selected. Get books.
Let's see,
Selected.
Get Books.
Get books. A Measure of Darkness. Kellerman. Jonathan. More info. Contraband. Words.
So here,
Stewart.
this one is
Total time 7
Contraband.
hours, 24 minutes. More info. Contraband. Words. Stewart. Total
By
time 7 hours,
Stuart
24
Woods,
minutes.
and it gives you lots of information.
More info. Contraband. Words. Stewart. Total time
So I
7 hours,
just
24
swiped
minutes.
right and it
Button.
went to that button.
A Measure of Darkness. Kellerman. Jonathan / Kellerman.
This one
Jesse.
sounds good. Let's
Total
read
alert.
about this one.
Confirmation. Would you like to download this title? Cancel. But okay. Button.
So we're going to download this title,
Downloading.
and
A
now
Measure
it's
of Darkness.
downloading
Kellerman.
into the
Jonathan
app.
/ Kellerman. Jesse.
And it happens rather quickly. Now, 30 years ago when I went blind, and my parents got me signed up for this service, back then it was called the Montana Talking Book Library. And back then what happened was when I qualified for the service and it didn't cost anything, I received in the mail a tape machine that was about this wide by this, and it was about this deep. And there were buttons on it with raised markings that I could feel, like the X was the stop eject button and the circle was the play, and then there was like arrows for rewind and fast forward. But what you would do is when you get the cassettes in the mail, you'd put a 4-sided cassette in, and then after you're done listening to all four sides on that cassette, you put the next cassette in. And some books came with lots and lots of cassettes, and sometimes you'd get cassettes that weren't in very good condition, and it was just really frustrating. And like when you got them in the mail, you'd flip the label over, and sometimes the labels weren't in very good condition, and there are a lot of problems with it. So this system has worked a lot better because now that they're digital and you can just connect your device to Wi-Fi and download the books directly into your device, it works a lot easier than having to carry around a separate book player to play the cartridges in. But another device that I've demonstrated before, the Victor Reader Trek, you can also download audiobooks into that device using Bard. And I actually use that device much more often to listen to Bard books than the Bard mobile app on my iPhone. I just find works better for a lot of reasons for me. So if you think that you or someone you love qualifies for the service, you can go online and look it up. Like in Arizona, it's the Arizona Talking Book Library. So go online in whatever state you live in and look for your state's Talking Book Library. And on the site, you should find an application that you can print out, and you take it to a doctor. And like I said, you have to have like a print disability or be unable to read print. Like if you have trouble using your hands, that would make it difficult for reading books. If you obviously can't see like me, if you have dyslexia, there's a number of reasons. Most learning disabilities, I think, qualify for it. So if you don't already utilize the service, but you think you would qualify, I strongly encourage you to look into it because reading is so important. And anybody who would like to read but doesn't already have that ability, I would really like to encourage them to try to get it. But what is it called? The Library of Congress, they're the ones that are in charge of managing the NLS, the National Library Service. I give the Bard mobile app 5 blue butterflies because it's so accessible and so fun to use. Anyway, if you guys have any more questions, you can let me know. Just like most of the apps on the iPhone, the Bard mobile app is very easy to use. And there's a lot of features to it. So I just encourage you guys to check it out and let me know what you think. If you liked my video, please like, comment, and share. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much.